Sensible-Lana.
60 in, right?
What is it?
60 in.
60 in?
Let's begin.
Let's begin.
All right. All right, we're about to get started here. Lisa asked me to let you know, is there anyone here who has not given your email and signed into the class? If you would please get that done. Do you want to do it now, Lisa, or do you want to do it after?
If you're new to this class, in the first two classes when we met, I had a yellow legal pad out here and I had everyone write their name, phone number, and email address down. Some of you are new that have come in since then. Those sheets of paper are right back at that round table. If that information is not on there, please include it this evening so that we can update that list and make sure that you get further information from us as we move forward. David Davies is back there writing on it right now, I think, but if there's anybody else, please go somewhere right now. I would do it now so I can take a moment and update it.
We can pass it to you if you want to, just to get it past it. Okay, we're at the first word. That's what we got out right here. Now I got it. I had a my husband. They get real busy.
Well, that would be our idea.
I'll take the next class. I'm hoping we can. Every Monday night. Did you put your name on the item? I did. I put my name on the item. I'm going to grab myself. I haven't done it in 3 years, so. He likes it. He's an old warhead German.
All right, folks, let's go ahead and do this. Everybody, please take your seats. If everybody sit down, we're going to pass the sign-up list. I think it's going to save a lot of time. The list will come to you, and you don't have to worry about going to the list. So let's go ahead and take your seats. Let's get started. What we're going to do at this point, we're going to start learning our vocabulary. Now, fair warning, this is quiz material. Pretty much everything Les taught us is quiz material. So what we're going to do, I talked about flashcards. Anybody, I know some folks have started their flashcards. This here is prime flashcard study material. This is what we want you to do. This is part of your homework, is you make your flashcard. Front of the card, English word. Back of the card, there you go, Jenny Sue, Alsatian word, just like that. And you pair up if you have somebody to study with at home, quiz each other. And what we're going to do, my trouble with this was I would memorize it, and sometimes I just didn't quite have the right pronunciation of the word. So we got that solved for you tonight. What we're going to do, I'm going to say the English word, Les is going to pronounce the Alsatian word, and then I will cue you, and y'all will say the Alsatian word together. Okay? Yes, Jenny Sue.
I have just a suggestion, because I had a hard time looking at these words and knowing if they were a noun, a verb, adjective.
Very good. That's something that Les had mentioned. So these words, they're just all in the same punctuation. There's no capitalization, but please beware that if you notice a word that's a noun, properly it would be capitalized in a sentence. So when you're quizzed, you won't have to. We're not gonna mark you off if you don't capitalize it, but just be mindful that nouns are capitalized. Josh?
Are the verbs always in the infinitive form, or what are
they conjugated or what's the story?
So verbs, as we talked about earlier, verbs are almost, I say almost always at the end. You know, wir können Alsatisch reden. We can Alsatian speak.
Right.
So grammar was a long time ago for me, diagramming sentences. So when you say
The infinitive meaning like the two B's, you have, go, versus I have, he has, she has.
They are not conjugated in here.
right,
So you're gonna have to conjugate them on your own.
they're not conjugated, but one thing that we noticed with Alsatian, that's what Kent would always kind of get on us for is German is very specific. He said that Alsatian is like a fifth grade boy's dream because the conjugation just usually doesn't change.
Yeah.
But I have one more suggestion. If you have the opportunity to look in Webster's dictionary, which there's an app on your phone if you like, you can also make your flashcards color coded.
Oh,
So
okay.
if your noun, if the word is a noun, then you put it in black.
No, you don't have to put it in black. She told me to put it in black. You can use whatever color you want.
And you did exactly what she said.
If it's a
Yes.
verb, you
I
put
said,
it in
yes,
a
ma'am.
different color. She's the boss.
Yeah. I just did it all black. But I will say, if you do mess up conjugation, the wonderful thing about the Alsatians, they really understand. So if I say, you know, like, I be hungry, you know, they're gonna understand what that means, right? Instead of I am, they do understand. But Les will kind of guide us through the proper conjugation when we get there. Yes?
I just, when I was going through the words, some of the words can be a verb and a noun.
Oh,
Right,
yes.
right.
So that's a problem. I
Right.
just wasn't sure.
Yeah, some are both a noun and a verb, that's right. How the usage is in the sentence would dictate whether or not it's capitalized.
What exactly is the punishment if we make a zero on a quiz?
Then you have to type the next quiz. Whoever makes the lowest grade helps type up the next quiz. All right.
It's, your father was just saying something, stress the thought is what counts.
Yeah, it's what we talked about early on in the course. Speaking, as my great Spanish teacher taught us, it's the communication of the thought. So if you don't get a word or two exactly right, what you're trying to do is get the idea out to the other person. So don't get too hung up on it, try to get it right, but Bradford and I'll tell you that when we speak, we get a lot of stuff wrong. When we speak to the Alsatians, we're some of the youngest speakers, and they understand. That's the amazing
And they
thing
just
about
laugh
it.
right with you.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, it's the people who, as Kent said, the grammar police, as I said in the first lesson, they are kind of part of the very mentality that kills this language, because our parents' generation, they were afraid to speak because the generation before them spoke it perfectly. So my parents' generation was kind of led to believe, well, if I don't speak it perfectly, I'm going to get criticized. Bradford and I said, our generation, it's like, we don't care. If we don't speak it, it's going to die. So we'd rather speak it and mess up every now and then rather than worry about speaking it perfectly.
And when we went first in 1980, we didn't speak a whole lot, just learning it from grandparents. But Michael drank a lot and used his hands a lot, and they understood him.
Yeah. You know, I would say they would
Michael was even
laugh.
Alsatian.
Yeah.
They would laugh when I'd go to Alsace. I would tell the Alsatians, I'd say, "Que beer, que Alsatisch,"
Yeah.
which means no beer, no Alsatian. Ein Bier, a Beetzl Alsatisch, one beer, a little bit Alsatian, zwei Bier, ich bin a richtig Alsatier.
Ah, yeah.
Two beer, and I'm a real Alsatian, right?
So should we bring beer at the next?
We talked about it, we thought it would get a little crazy, so maybe at the graduation, and I volunteered Bradford and Jenny Sue to host the graduation party for this class. At their house, right? All right, so let's begin. Go ahead, everybody get their dictionary out. If you don't have one, please look up here. Jerry is projecting it on the Elmo on the screen. So you will have the words right up here as well.
And please excuse me, I may not know exactly how to pronounce some of them.
That's all
I was a
right.
math teacher, not a language teacher.
Yeah, as long as we get close, right? Close counts and what's pitch and washer, hand grenades, and Alsatian, right? All right, so let's go ahead and begin. What we're going to do, I'm going to say the word abandon. Then I'm going to ask Les if you'll pronounce it.
Furlough, that means to leave. Furlough, to leave. Low means leave. So you leave. Also, Abgabe. Abgabe means give away. So abandon would be Furlough or Abgabe.
So class, all together, please pronounce the first Alsatian word. Second one? All right. Abbreviate.
Abkürzung.
Okay, class, together.
Abkürzung. K-U-R-T-Z means short. So you're making it short. Abkürzung.
And you'll see patterns like that UNG ending. You're going to see that as we go through vocabulary. And what the Alsatians and Germans do is they will take 2 or 3 of these words and string them together. So you'll see just 2 words put together.
It just means to make short. Abkürzung.
Yes, B's are F's. And remember, the B's are pronounced F's. Abdomen.
Is a blue. I can just see Kathy typing in this little typewriter, and there's no umlauts. She has to go back and she has to lower the U and put the 2 little periods above it. Okay, abu. Abu.
Next word, ablaze.
Inflama. Inflama. Inflama.
That's easy, right? In flames, right? Abolish.
Abschaffen. Abschaffen. Now, I don't know where that comes from. Abschaffen means to, schaffen is to work. So you work it away, I guess. But anyway, it's pronounced abschaffen.
So 2 F's together make the F sound, not the V sound?
Well, F makes an F sound also. We have 2 letters in the alphabet that have the F sound, F and V. Okay?
Usually I've seen an F at the beginning of a word as B. Or V is pronounced F, rather. So, like veal, V-I-E-L, for much is veal with an F. Abortion.
False Geburt. Okay? False, a false birth. Geburt is birth, and false is a false. You'll also hear false as being angry. But this means false.
Abound.
Feel. Now look at the next word. Blendy is not an Alsatian word. That's a word that they took from the English language and tried to make it sound Alsatian. It's the word plenty. Plenty.
But people use it.
People use it all the time. And in fact, some of the Alsatians, since they've been getting back and forth with us, have started using it. But anyway, that is an English word that has been Alsatianized.
Remember the first lesson we talked about that, like a bottle is a flosh, but some people just say boodle. It's like Les said, it's an English word pronounced with an Alsatian accent, right? About.
Abroad. About is bowl.
Above.
Okay, even means above, over means above, and droof. Droof means more on top of something, placed on top of something. They put the droof. It's the same thing as it's above.
And I've noticed too, just to avoid confusion, like sometimes iver is over. So that says above, but like iver do would be like over there. Or over here, iver do, over there, right?
Now the over is the German pronunciation. Iver is the Alsatian.
Abreast.
Nabenander. Usually you see that as one word, nabenander. That naba means beside, ananda means each other. Nabenander. Yes, ma'am.
I may be slow, but I can't make cards that fast and put like the different meanings of the.
Oh. I guess we'll slow down then.
Well,
Yeah, but you know how those different things have different meanings.
Yeah, what is not?
Like the brook or whatever.
so what I do, Debbie, is English word on the front, and I put all 3 Alsatian translations on the back.
Right, but I don't have time to put,
Oh, no, I'm doing them at home. We're not doing them now.
no, but I don't know like
Oh,
the derivative of what one of those words means. Like above has 3 different words. Well, we just used in 3 different ways.
You can phone a friend at home.
So what, you just, like you
Go
said,
ahead.
novel was something different than a novel.
oh, okay, so abreast, the question is, which word, I guess, do you know how to use? So like abreast, Nava and Anandar. So how do you know, the question is, how do you know which word to use? And I'll defer to Les on that one. I typically will kind of look at the one, and even though there might be 2 ways to say it, I kind of settle on one and always use that same one. But Anandar, to me, like abreast means side by side. So Anandar, to me, sounds like Benandar, together. So in my mind, I always settle on the one that's more similar to what I recognize.
But in this particular case, it's Nava and Nanda. Both of them. Beside each other. It means beside each other. Yes, sir. Okay.
Those are 2 different words. It's kind of like
Yeah, those are 2 different words, but very often they're put in the same word, Nava and Nanda. Nava and Nanda.
And those mean what?
It means, Nava means beside, Ananda means
Another.
2 people together. Ananda is together, so Nava and
Just think
Nanda.
about like we have 2
Abreast means you're side by side. Like he and I are Nava and Nanda, we're beside each other.
Okay.
Abroad,
Uslan, meant
Out of the land.
out of the land, Uslan.
abrupt,
Plötzlich, I don't know what that.
We didn't use it.
Plötzlich. If I read it, I'd call it plötzlich. I'm not familiar with the word.
so I memorized it because it's in the dictionary, but like Les, that's not a word I really knew. But, so abrupt, you could also say schnell, fast, right?
Schnell is fast, schnell is fast. Now you say
Langsam, slow. Schnell, fast. Nicht schnell is fast. Nicht so
schnell,
schnell is not so
schnell,
fast.
now schnell is German.
Yeah. Or
Schnell.
Schnell is the Alsatian, yeah. Abscess,
Okay. It sounds pretty much like iron in German is Isa or Alsatian. So it's an Isa. Abscess, I think, might be one of those English words that was Alsatianized.
But that's the one we're going to memorize.
Okay, you memorize it.
yeah.
Okay, so it's an Isa. You have an abscess, you have an Isa.
Absent,
Absent? Fala. Fala.
absolute,
Okay. Unbedingt. That's, and don't get me on that. That's the way it's pronounced. I've never seen the word really.
and class say it together.
Unbedingt. This is Alsatian is a very, no, you pronounce it just like it's spelled. Of course, you have to know what the spelling is, words are, and numbers are.
And this next one, it's going to be, Les will pronounce it, it's going to be 2 words together. Over, flow, overflow. So abundance and less.
Überfluss. Now, Fluss means, literally Fluss means river.
Yeah.
Überfluss.
It's a
Over the
flow
river.
or a river, yeah. Abuse,
Schinde.
abusive.
Grob.
Now, I don't know why those 2 words are so different, right?
I don't either.
Accelerate,
Schnaller. The word fast is schnell. More fast would be and so you have schneller, you accelerate.
Accent.
Uspro. Well, that's another language. Spro is language. Spro is language. Uspro.
SCH says what? S-P-O.
Pardon?
Bro, is it like it doesn't even have a CH on it?
U.S. Spro. Spro.
I'm thinking English, so I want to say at the end.
And
No,
if
Uspro.
you do like me and mess up and mispronounce it, I would probably say Usprut, and they would understand it. But I always defer to Les because he says the words properly.
Oh, I didn't. Uspro. Yeah, that's actually what it says, Uspro. But I would think it would be Uspro with an O instead of a U. But it's probably right. It's like you probably had it right. Uspro. Okay.
And accept.
Onama. Onama. Nama means to take on. Onama.
Or if you adopt a child, a kid,
Acceptable.
Onamehlik, okay. Onamehlik.
Accident.
Unfall.
Last.
Unfall. Now, it's something, we need to look at, when you put them down on yours, like that one should be capitalized because it's a noun. But,
Acclimatize.
and this is a new one to me.
We won't talk about that.
Acclimaticiata. Acclimaticiata.
Luckily, you probably won't be using that one a lot, right? Accommodate.
Ushalva. Hals means to help. So you help out, you accommodate somebody, you help them out. Ushalva.
Accompany.
Begleiter.
And remember, who was it that said it? When two vowels go walking, the second one does the talking? So it's the I.
Begleiter.
Yeah. Accomplish.
Fullbringer. You bring it full, you complete it. Fullbringer.
It's kind of neat. You get into these and you start seeing these patterns. It's just two words put together, like Les said. Full bring, right? Accord.
Einiger.
Like a oneness, yeah. Ein, right?
Yeah.
Accordion.
Harmony, I don't know about that word at all. It's harmony. Similar to harmonica, I guess. Except you get the money, you get the air going by squeezing it. Instead of blowing it.
Account.
Rechnung. To make it right. You account, Rach means right. Rechnung means to make it right.
An app I had that taught phrases when in the restaurant they would say the Rechnung wenn's beliebt, the bill please, the account please, when you were done eating.
Mark, what was please?
Wenn's beliebt, when beloved.
Wenn's beliebt.
So, the Germans will say bitte, but that's German. Alsatian is wenn's beliebt, when it's beloved, is how they
The
say
same thing
it.
as s'il vous plaît. S'il vous plaît.
That's
If you would like.
Yeah.
Wenn's beliebt.
Wenn's, I would say W-E-N-N-S, wenn's beliebt. It would probably be one of our words. B-E-L-I-E-B-T is how I write it.
That's right.
Wenn's beliebt. And just while we're on that subject, instead of thank you, the Germans would say danke, and our ancestors said danke. My grandma said danke, but now they say it different. I said danke in Alsace, and the lady said, that's German. And I thought that was Alsatian. And then now they do the French merci, but then they add the German word filmant many times. So they put the French merci filmant. So that's thank you many times.
How do you spell that second word?
Filmol is V-I-E-L-M, either O-L or A-L. Either way. Filmol.
Say it again, Mark.
Merci Filmol. And the V is pronounced with an F. Merci Filmol. So it's V-I-E-L-M-O-L.
It's thank you, which would be thanks it would be in French, filmol, many times. Thank you many times.
So you have Vince Philippe and Merci Filmol, right? Accountant.
A bill holder.
Yeah.
A book holder. A book holder. A bill holder.
Accumulate.
Tsunama. Su means to put it together and okay. Su means bring it and nama is together. Bring it together. Tsunama. Tsunama. And you see that nama there? Same as if you said name, it's spelled the same, it's nama, but it has a little different meaning.
Accurate.
Accurate, richtig. Richtig. Now, he has genua there, that means enough, really.
Yeah.
So it's really richtig. Richtig.
And don't get tripped up on richtig, because that means people use it for correct, right, but when you're talking about right the direction, it's rocks.
Right.
Links and rocks. So that means right, it means accurate, it means correct, and I agree with Les. I would probably say das ist richtig, that's accurate, that's correct.
I remember when I was in Alsatian one time, and I said something to you, I said, "Gott verdammt noch einmal, wie du bist ja richtig Alsatian." I said,
You're a real
I said,
Alsatian.
God damn, once again. He said, you're a real Alsatian.
Accuse.
Anklaga. I'm not familiar with that word, anklaga. But that's the way it'd be pronounced.
And when you see a word that you're not familiar with, as we talked about in the very first lesson, usually, almost always in Alsatian, the accent's on the first syllable.
Yeah.
So don't forget that one. Accustomed.
Vain. If you're accustomed to doing something, it's vain. If you do something very often, you say vainlich, usually. So accustomed is vain.
Ace.
Ace is os or eins. Eins is one, which is the ace of spades or ace of whatever it is. The number is the first one. Okay?
Second column, page 1. We're a little bit over. I'm going to pick it up because I wanted to get through page 1 tonight, so we'll kind of pick up the speed a little bit here. Now that you'll have books, please memorize them on your own, but Ache.
Ache is
they're on the quiz.
Schmatz, oder weh. You hush weh means you hurt.
Kopfweh, Rickweh, headache, backache. Acid.
Zuur, which means sour, or scharf is sharp. Okay?
Yeah.
Acorn.
Ayahla. It means it's ayah is oak, la makes a little oak. Ayahla.
Say it again, please.
Ayahla.
And what does it mean?
Acorn.
But what is the little parts that you put together?
Ayah means oak, and la means it's little, so it's ayahla, it's a little oak. Ayahla.
Acquaint.
Acquaint. Bekannt maha. If I want to meet somebody, we do bekannt maha.
Introduce.
That's like familiar make.
Familiar, yes.
Familiar
To make
make.
familiar.
Acquaintance.
Bekanntschaft. Bekannt means familiar. Yeah, that's all it is. Makes you familiar. Bekanntschaft.
And that ending, shaft, you'll see that's one of those also common endings, like friendship, you'll see Freundschaft. So you'll see those endings on a lot of words. Acquire.
Bekuma. And that's what you're going to hear. I have never heard the erhalta, but that would be erhalta. But bekuma, I know is it to acquire. If they say, I've received something, he has become but Bakuma, rather. Yes, Bakuma.
Across?
Even. Yeah.
Actor?
It's about the same. Actor or Spieler. Spieler means player. Spiel is play. And I think it means S-P-A-S-P-I-E-L-E-R. I think we left an I out there.
Actress?
Spielen. Again, an I in there also.
Actual?
Actual, wirklich.
Addict?
Süchtig, I don't know that one. Süchtig.
Attic. They didn't have it back there.
Addiction?
Sucht. Notice that was pretty close to one we had, we talked about to seek something. So he suits.
That's how I remember that word, like Les just said, you're seeking something, like an addiction.
You're addicted to it, yes.
Yeah, so, where are we at? Address.
Adras.
Adjacent.
Navadra.
Adjoin.
And that's another one I'm not familiar with, but to say astosa.
Adjustment.
Astelum.
Administration.
Regierung.
And I had to look that one up. I think that's also the word for government, if I'm not mistaken. Admiration.
Bewunderung. Wonder is wonderful. Bewunderung, you admire somebody, you think they're wonderful.
Admire.
Bewundert. But say, ich tu dir bewundere.
Question?
Yes.
You have admired, but if it's to admire, do you drop the T?
Bewundere, yeah.
I think that would make sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Bewunder is to I admire
Yeah, I
the
think
Christmas
so.
lights or.
Yeah.
Bewunder.
Admit.
This is ega, but I'm not familiar with that word either. Ega.
Adopt.
Notice there's the word we've seen before. Onama. To take on.
Adore.
Era.
Adult.
Alter. And I don't know anything about the second one. The boxes.
Hey, Les?
Yes, sir.
They're saying back here that's IGA. Admit is IGA.
Aiga?
IGA is admit.
Yes, Aiga?
Long I.
Yeah.
Aiga.
No, Aiga would be E-I-G-A. This is Ega. I is an E. E-I-G-A, Aiga would be to own something.
You own up to it.
You admit it.
So,
Okay.
on adult, that second word, so to grow up, or to be a grown-up,
Gewachsen?
gewachsen.
Gewachsen, yeah.
So that's probably the root of that word. That
Yeah.
gewachitza, that's kind of a difficult word for me too. Gewachsen is like to grow up. Adulterer.
Eierbrucher. Bracher. It means rule breaker. I'm sorry, Eierbrucher. It's Eier, not Eier. Eierbrucher. Bracher. It means a rule breaker.
Adultery.
Eierbrucher.
Advance.
One word. Or, and I'm not familiar with that one either, Forstosa would be pronounced, but I'm not familiar with it.
Advantage.
Fertile, that means, that also means to divide something. Fertile, like if you divide something, you fertile it. And
Yeah.
advantage.
And this next one's easy. It's unluck. Adversity.
Unglück.
Unluck. Advertise.
Reklame oder Anzeige, yeah. Okay, Anzeige is to zeigen means to point something or show something. Anzeige. The Reklame, I don't know, I've never seen that one.
Advertisement.
Anzug.
You know, that one there, an easy way I remember it, in Alsatian, like a pull, a train is a Zug. So if you're advertising something, you're pulling for something, right? That's how I remember that one on Zug. Advice.
Road.
Advise.
Roda.
Airplane.
Luftschiff. R.A. Flieger. This means Luftschiff is an air ship. Flieger means a flyer. Luftschiff or a Flieger.
Affirm.
Behaupte, I'm sure. Behaupte.
Affirmation.
Behauptung.
There's your common ending again that y'all have seen, the UNG ending. Affix. Affix.
Hefte.
That's an affix though, isn't it? Does it mean like
To affix.
to a word?
To affix, to hang something on the wall, to affix it to the wall.
Okay.
Afraid.
Okay, that's Angst. I've never seen that other word, that Furcht. But Angst is what we've always used here.
Yeah.
And Furcht.
Yeah, that's like nervous, afraid. So when you're talking, you say, ich kann Angst, you know, ich kann nicht ganz gut reden. I don't speak good, ich kann Angst, I'm afraid. That's what that means. So, all right, that's page 1. Yvette, I need to visit with you. You're helping with the quiz. Debbie, we'll stay after. Do y'all have any questions about any of this that we covered today?
I went through the words and I marked the ones that I know I would use in normal language. Like I'm not going to talk about a drug addict and I'm not going to talk about adulterer. So I skipped those words.
Yeah.
Don't need them. Yeah.
Questions, anyone? All right, if y'all would, let's ask the folks who put the chairs back exactly how Braden Keller wants them. If y'all moved them in from another room, please try to be mindful, remember which ones you moved in. Let's get them back because they've been very gracious in letting us use this building free of charge. So we want to keep them happy, all right?
If you have a question on how the chairs belong,
And we'll stay after if y'all have any questions from
it's
us.
on the wall here.
T-shirts, there's a sign-up list for T-shirts right up here.
T-shirts are made.